good evening, everyone. This is That's Impossible, and I am coming to you from the great city of Boston. And today we're going to be flying from Boston to Halifax, Nova Scotia, which is about as Canadian as you can possibly get. The only thing more Canadian than Halifax would be Tim Hortons and eating some Tim Hortons while you're riding on a Zamboni. So we're gonna get we're just gonna go ahead and get this plane ready because hopefully we can head out of here while there's still VATSIM coverage going on, and I think there will be because Boston, they're really good at staying open. So let me just go ahead and turn up these lights. Emergency exit light switch arm. Turn on seatbelt lights. Nav and logo lights on. No smoking signs auto. Crew supply on. Okay, and we're gonna put the adheres. 1, 2, 3. Fuel pumps. Fuel pumps on. Okay, alrighty then. And we got our pre-flight clearance from the A cars on VATSIM. If you're flying in the US, most likely you will actually get your full clearance ahead of time on the A cars, whereas if you're in Europe, you're probably going to get it verbally. There's kind of a big difference there. Okay. Alright. Alright, so okay, I'm gonna go to the fly pad. We're gonna import our flight plan here, and okay, well that's interesting. Alright, boarding and refueling.
Boarding requested.
I'm gonna go to ATSU. AOC menu, fly to NIT data request, and on the init page we're just going to quickly put that we're going from Boston, KBOS, to Halifax, CYHZ. And our flight number today is, let's see, American 4811. Okay, so I'm just going to put AAL 4811. And the flight number, cost index today, 5. And then we're going all the way up to 39,000 feet, I think. I don't know if they'll let us go that high, but that's what our readout says. So let's take a look at the flight plan here. I believe if we're coming out of Boston tonight, that the departure should be, let me double check that, La Besta 8. Okay, so probably heading out on runway 9 and gonna be on La Besta 8. And as in, you best to believe it. Okay. Alright, so we got that taken care of. I'm gonna go to a NIT and go to fuel. Actually, before we do that, let me take a look and see if we can get fueled up here. Okay, they're already planning on fueling us up. That's good. Okay. Alright, the boys are gonna fuel us up really quick. I'm gonna go back to the MCDU. And take a look at the drone cam outside. Alright, yeah, you should be fueling us up in just a second here. America. Alright. That's my cue.
Please use your airplane fuel.
I'm gonna go to MCDU menu, config, and fuel. And he's gonna get us all pumped up. Hopefully we'll be able to see people boarding. I know Phoenix has been working on this lately. So I don't know if we're gonna get to see the people boarding. I think we will. I think Phoenix has been patching this. In the meantime, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a look at VATSIM, see who's available and who's not, and get a feel for what frequency I need to put into our radio. So at the moment here, if I can get my radar to load, I believe we've got Boston ground. So I'm going to put Boston ground 121.9er. I'm going to put it on active. It's really common for ground to be on 0.9, so we're just going to listen in here. And we're getting fueled up. Shouldn't take us that long.
Ground Diamond 80510, request taxi to Zulu.
Diamond 80510, runway 9er, taxi via Lima, Bravo, Kilo,
this is
Mike,
busy today.
cross runway 4 left.
Not a lot going on.
9 to Lima Bravo, 9 via Lima Bravo, Kilo, Mike, cross 4 left, 8510.
Okay. Should finish fueling in just a second. Should get there quickly. Alright. In the meantime, I'm going to take a look at our flight plan. Looks pretty straightforward. We're just going to fly pretty much northeast of Boston on our way into Halifax, and shouldn't take much more fuel than this. 4,800 kilograms. That's very much in the neighborhood of what we would need on this flight anyway. So come on, American. No delays today. No delays. Okay, yeah, the man's taking down the fuel pump, so I think we're done here. Okay, alright, flight plan. This is pretty simple. Not a lot happening here. We're going to go from La Besta to Canal, C-A-N-A-L. And then after that, oh boy, I'm going to have to look at the frequencies of this.
2022 holding short of 15, actually holding short of 4 left on 33 right.
Yeah, 2022 Boston ground, hello, continue on runway 15 left, then November, hold short runway 15 right.
Okay, for arrival, probably
hold short of 15 right, United States.
RNAV 5 Zulu, I believe, what we've got. And
United 562, runway 9er, taxi via Alpha Kilo Mike, cross runway 4 left.
should be Peggy.
All the way to
Peggy 5 today. Okay, Peggy 5, transition Tusky. Okay. Alright. Gonna clear the flight plan discontinuity, because we don't need that. Sometimes we do need it, in this case we don't. Okay, so that's done. Gonna go from init, I'm gonna go to the init fuel page, just send a little bit more data here. I'm gonna take a look at the outside conditions. Pilot brief, okay, average wind positive 13. Just gonna put that in really quick. Got a little bit of a tailwind. And we're gonna go to performance. We're gonna do a flaps 1 takeoff. And let's calculate our speeds here. 131. Okay, 131, 131, 34, okay. So we got a light load today, not a lot of fuel, only a few passengers. Okay, we're gonna put that in. And at this point, what I'm hoping is that Phoenix is boarding passengers. Should be doing that right away. Oh, they're gonna do luggage first. Okay.
Boston ground, JetBlue 1500, clear of runway 4 right on Romeo. We're gonna hold short of 4 left.
And JetBlue 1500, Boston ground, hello. Taxi to the terminal via Romeo, November. Cross runway 4 left, hold short runway 15 left.
Alright, JetBlue 1500 will be to the terminal via Romeo, November, cross runway 4 left, short 15 left.
And United 2022, you can continue taxi November, Alpha, cross runway 15 right.
Alright, so we're just gonna wait for everyone aboard. And so I'm gonna go ahead and put in the altimeter today, 3023.
Do I have permission to push back and start up that? I'm just trying to make sure this is SXV 1701.
Sierra X-ray Victor 1701, push onto Alpha is approved advisory for taxi.
SXV 170 push back onto Alpha is approved.
Yeah, 562, you can monitor tower 128.8, see ya.
Monitor tower, United 562, see ya.
Virgin 528 heavy rated taxi.
Version 528, can you make a left onto Lima there?
Yeah, we can do that. Left on the Lima, Virgin 528.
Alright, version 528, runway 15 right, taxi via Lima.
15 right via Lima, Virgin 528 heavy.
Okay. Alright, so I took a look at the V-pilot information because I wanted to make sure I got that info put in correctly.
JetBlue 1500, you can cross runway 15 left
So,
on November,
sure
and
enough,
hold short runway 15 right.
I'm gonna take a look at our departure
JetBlue
chart.
1500, cross runway 15 left, short 15 right, continue via November.
Okay, so if we're, let's see, if we're doing the best, so runway 9er. Okay. Direct, claw at or above 4,000 and below 250. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're going to 4,000 feet.
Boston ground, JetBlue 1487.
JetBlue 1487, Boston ground, go ahead.
JetBlue 1487, we are too heavy to take off from runway 9er. Any chances we could get runway 4 left or 4 right?
Alright, so 4,000 is our initial
JetBlue
altitude. Go ahead and put that
1587,
in.
I can give you 4 right or runway 15 right.
4 right would be good for us if possible, 1487, thank you.
1487, expect 4 right for departure.
Expect 4 right, thank you.
And JetBlue 1878, I heard you taxi to the terminal via November Alpha. Correction, November, cross 4 left, hold short runway 15 left.
Okay, we're almost boarded here. Prepare to be boarded.
Version
Okay.
528 heavy, you can monitor tower 128.8, yeah.
128.8 to Virgin 528 heavy.
JetBlue 1500, you can cross runway 15 right, continue taxi November Alpha to the gates.
JetBlue 1500 will be November Alpha to the gates, cross runway 15 right.
Okay, we're almost fully boarded. Almost got all the
JetBlue
passengers.
1487 at gate Charlie 19er with information now, for request push and start.
JetBlue 1487, squawk mode Charlie, please.
Alright, we're fully boarded. I'm going to take a look at what my squawk code is here. Squawk 3505.
Gate Charlie 15.
Alright.
JetBlue 1878, I don't see you.
Okay.
JetBlue 1487 squawking mode Charlie now.
JetBlue
I told you,
1487,
so
push on to
I'm
Alpha,
push.
approve, advise ready your taxi.
Pushing to Alpha, approve, we would advise ready to taxi 1487.
November 80510, you can monitor tower 128.8.
Okay,
20 days. See you later. It's 510.
here we go, guys.
TJ.
Okay, ground JetBlue 187, it seems that last bolt of lightning did more than just affect the internet for a couple seconds. We're holding short of November, should have us now.
Yep, I have you. You can continue taxi November, cross runway 1, correction, cross runway 4, right, correction, cross runway 4, left, hold short, runway 15, left.
See November, cross 4 left, hold short 15 left, JetBlue 1878.
Departure checks completed.
JetBlue 1500, I know you had told the company traffic at Alpha 19 to push into Alpha. We were planning to take the right onto Alpha, go into those Charlie terminals over there. I think we can still make the turn onto Bravo. You want us to do that?
I think you can still make the turn on Alpha. That's what I was planning. I was expecting you to be able to get by him before he was out.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I think he's still into the gate. I'll sneak by real quick.
Roger.
Locking gear.
Boston ground, hello, this is American 4811. I am ready for pushback at stand Charlie 27, and I'm ready for pushback.
And American 4811, pushing the ramp is at your discretion, and call me ready for taxi.
Push at my discretion, call when ready for taxi. Thank you, American 4811.
Boston ground, good evening. FedEx 525 information to Alpha, requesting push and start. Stand 11.
FedEx 525, heavy Boston ground, push on to Kilo is approved, advise ready for taxi.
Push on the Kilo approval, advise and ready for taxi. FedEx 525 heavy.
Release parking brakes, please.
Oh no. Oh, I forgot to do the APU phase.
This is SXV 1701. I'm requesting a taxi to runway 4 left.
Oh, boy.
Sierra X-ray Victor 1701, the active runway right now will be runway 9er.
The runway I can taxi to.
Affirm. So Sierra X-ray Victor runway 9er, taxi via Alpha Kilo Mike, cross runway 4 left.
Oh boy.
Taxi via Victor Alpha. Oh no. Oh no.
Well, that's something you don't hear every day.
Can you repeat that again? This is SXV 1701.
Sierra X-ray Victor 1701, runway 9er, taxi via Alpha Kilo Mike, cross 4 left.
Oh boy. It's just not my day, apparently.
Alright.
Sierra X-ray Victor, I sent you it in chat. No need to read back. JetBlue 1878, you can cross. JetBlue 1878, I called you at the same time. You can cross runway 15 left, hold short, runway 15 right.
Sorry about that, cross
Can't
15
believe
left,
this.
right, JetBlue 1878.
Niner.
No worries, I was just saying it was funny.
All good.
Okay.
Boston ground, good evening. American 1229 with Alpha, requesting Akbar over to JFK.
American 1228, I sent you a PDC, advise that you receive that.
We did not receive it for American 1228.
Oh, American 1228, sorry about that. You should be getting a PDC in a second. We're just transitioning to having a clearance controller.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks, American
Okay.
1228.
JetBlue 1487, ready to taxi.
JetBlue 1487, runway 9er, taxi via Alpha Kilo Mike, cross 4 left.
We just requested runway 4 right, if possible. 1487.
Oh, JetBlue 1487, reading is pretty helpful. Runway 4 right, taxi via November, Bravo, and actually, yeah, it's just November, Bravo.
Taxi to holding point runway 4 right via November, Bravo, JetBlue 1487, no problem.
Cannot believe that I forgot to do the APU thing earlier, so I'm kind of re-entering in some information really quick. Okay. And let's see, got the altimeter in there. Take a look up here and make sure that all these things are on. Okay, yep, they are. Okay, and gonna start the APU. Okay.
As long as the airport is not burning down, we're good.
Oh no. There's some type of glitch with the APU.
Yeah, Boston Ground FedEx 525 Heavy, we're ready for taxi.
FedEx 525 Heavy, runway 9er, taxi via Kilo Mike, cross 4 left.
Come on.
Runway 9er via Kilo Mike, cross 4 left, FedEx 525 Heavy.
And JetBlue 1878, sorry about the wait, you can cross runway 15 right and taxi to the terminal via November Alpha.
Cross runway 8 right and November Alpha to the terminal, JetBlue 1878, no worries for the boat. I didn't want to step on you again.
No worries.
Have a good evening.
You too, sir.
It's just one of those days. Dealing with some interesting glitches here, but we're gonna figure this out. Okay, I think that'll work. We will see if this actually... Okay, I think it's working. Sorry it's taken me a bit to prep for this, guys. Okay.
Sir X-Ray Victor, you are cleared to cross runway 4 left.
APU starting up.
And
Alright, APU.
JetBlue 1487 at taxiway Kilo, pass behind the FedEx 8300 straight ahead.
Auto.
You're visual with the 8300, the FedEx 8300 at our 12 o'clock. We'll pass behind in at Kilo 1487.
Okay. Here we
Release
go.
parking brakes, please. Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Sierra X-Ray Victor 1701, you can monitor tower around 128.8, yeah.
Okay, we're moving, guys. Take a look behind me. Okay.
Sierra X-Ray Victor 1701, you can monitor your tower at 128.8, see ya.
Here we go. gonna go ahead and put in my squawk code again. Yeah, it's on there. Okay. Engine 2 is available, starting engine 1.
Boston ground, southwest 1696, gate Bravo 2 with Alpha ready for push.
Southwest 1696, Boston ground. Hello, squawk mode Charlie, please.
Make sure they're not pushing me into another plane.
FedEx 525, Yamar, Tower 128.8.
128.8, yeah, FedEx 535.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay. Toggle switch back to middle. Okay. Gonna turn off APU bleed because we don't need it, and turn off APU because we don't need it. Arm speed brakes. Flaps 2. Turn off lights, taxi lights.
Do I have to contact the tower to get takeoff clearance, or do I just stay on ground? This is SXV1701.
Affirm, I told you to contact tower twice. Go over to tower on 128.8, Sierra X-ray Victor 1701.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Boston ground, American 4811 is ready for taxi.
American 4811, runway 9er, taxi via Alpha Kilo, Mike, cross runway 4 left.
Taxi runway 9er via Alpha Kilo Mike, cross runway 4 left, American 4811. Okay, so I'm gonna get out of this guy's way who's behind me.
November, short of 4 left, request taxi to Terminal Bravo.
Air Canada 2735, you can taxi via November, cross runway 4 left, hold short runway 15 left.
November, taxi via November, cross 4 left, hold short 15. Left Air Canada 2735.
JetBlue 1487, you want tower 128.8.
JetBlue 1487 over to tower, good night. Boston ground, hello, American 99 ready for push start.
American 99, contact clearance on 12165.
Roger, 12165, American 99.
I'm gonna look both ways before I cross the street here. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and take Alpha down to Kilo.
Southwest 1696 is squawking Charlie and ready for push.
Southwest 1696, push on the ramp is at your discretion, proceed to spot 7 at spot 7, contact me, ready for taxi.
Contact you, ready for taxi, Southwest 1696.
Ground, hello, American 1220 with Alpha, ready for push. Bravo 18 onto Echo, please.
And American 1228, Boston ground, hello, squawk mode. Actually, disregard, you can push on to Echo as approved, ready for taxi.
Push up to Echo approval, advise when we're ready for taxi. Thanks, American 1228.
Correction, Air Canada 2735, you can cross running 15 left at November, hold short running 15 right.
Cross 15 left down November, hold short 15 right, Air Canada 2735.
American 99, push to the ramp is at your discretion, contact me, ready for taxi. American 99, Boston ground, push on the ramp is at your discretion, and you can contact me, ready for taxi.
Roger, we'll push out contact you ready for taxi, American 99.
And American 4811, Yamar Tower 128.8, yeah.
Monitor tower on 128.8. Thank you very much, American 4811. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put tower on, and notice, and he said monitor, so I'm not gonna talk to him. I'm just gonna wait for him to talk to me. If they say monitor, it's kind of like a don't call us, we'll call you type situation.
Can you please repeat that one more time? This is SXV 1701. And can you talk a bit slower?
Sierra X-ray Victor 1701, wind is 150 at 6, runway 9er, cleared for immediate takeoff.
Wind is 1706, cleared for takeoff.
JetBlue 1487, contact departure, have a good night.
JetBlue 1487, over to departure, good night.
Logan Tower, Canada 772, 170 until Milty, ILS 04 right.
Sierra X-ray Victor 1701, I'm going to need you to start your takeoff roll. This aircraft landing the crossing runway 2 mile final.
We're working on it.
Boston Tower, hello, Skyek 12860 on the visual, 4 left, has the traffic sight.
FedEx 525 heavy, Boston Tower, runway 9er, line up and wait.
Runway runway 9er, FedEx 525 heavy.
Boston Tower, Canada 772, 170 knots, ILS 4 right.
Air Canada 772, Boston Tower, slow to final, wind is 1506, runway 4 right, clear to land, number 2.
4 right, clear land, number 2, Canada 772.
I love Boston's airport because you can actually get a really good
Tower,
view of
Skyek
everyone landing.
12860, visual 4 left, has that traffic and on final in sight.
Skyhawk 12860, Boston Tower, runway 4 left, continue.
Continue approach 4 left, 860.
Sierra X-ray Victor 1701, contact departure. Spirit Wings 2662, make a immediate left exit onto Yankee.
Immediate left onto Yankee, Spirit Wings 2662.
Tower Air Canada 100, establishment localizer for right.
Okay. Alright guys, we're going to be taking off in just a second here. Just let me know how you're doing.
Tower Air Canada 100.
Spirit Wings 2662, join runway tree right, hold short runway 4 left.
Join runway tree live, hold short of 4 right, Spirit Wings 2662.
I had no idea that Eli Manning was my
November
co-pilot.
860, traffic's at your 5 o'clock on final for 4 right. Do you have it in sight?
Inside, 860.
November 860, Air Canada 100, wind is 1506, runway 4 right, clear to land.
4 right, clear to land, Air Canada 100.
Alright, so it's very busy right now, so that's why we're behind this fellow right here who's taking off.
Can I just be sure, Tower, that traffic is not a factor, Air Canada 100?
Air Canada 100, just go around and fly, turn right heading 080.
Right, 080, Air Canada 100.
And Air Canada 100, climb maintain 3000.
Climb maintain 3000, Air Canada 100.
And FedEx 525 heavy, it's going to be a minute for the go around.
Oh man, that poor guy's
So
got
reach the
door.
copy, FedEx 535.
I'm gonna save some fuel and kind of just dial back these engines really quick here.
Tower Canada 772 is on Romeo holding short, 04 left.
Tower Sky 860, short final 4 left.
Air Canada 100, contact Boston departure 133.0, see you soon.
I think it.
Tower Canada 772 is on Romeo holding short, 04 left.
Air Canada 772, join November, hold short runway 4 left.
November hold short 4 left, Air Canada 772.
Boston Tower Sky 860, very short final 4 left without a landing clearance.
Skyhawk 860, sorry, runway 4 left, clear to land.
Clear to land 4 left 860.
Boston Tower, Diamond 80510, ILS 4 right.
November 860, you can make the left exit there, contact ground point 9, have a good night.
Point 9, 860, good night.
Spirit Wings 2662, contact ground point 9, have a good night.
Contact ground 1.9, Spirit 2662, thank you.
Air Canada 772, contact ground point 9, have a good night.
Ground point 9, Air Canada 772.
FedEx 525 Heavy, wind 1506, runway 9, clear for takeoff.
Checker marks, clear for takeoff, runway 9 and FedEx 525 Heavy.
Boston Tower, Diamond 80510, ILS 4 right.
Diamond 80510, Boston Tower, wind 1506, runway 4 right, clear to land. The traffic will hold and depart the crossing runway prior to arrival.
4 right, clear to land, Boston 80510.
Okay, we should be getting clearance to get on the runway in just a second.
FedEx 525 Heavy, airborne, passing through 1000.
American 4811, runway 9, line up and wait.
Runway 9, line up and wait, American 4811. Alright, those were the magic words I was waiting for. You can go ahead and line up. Now, we haven't been given takeoff clearance, so we're just lining up.
FedEx 525 Heavy, contact departure, have a good night.
Over to departure, have a good night yourself. FedEx 525 Heavy, see you.
An American 4811, previous departure was a heavy A300, caution wake turbulence.
Caution wake turbulence, A300 ahead, American 4811.
Boston Tower, Canada, good evening, Air Canada 349, on the ILS runway 4 right.
Canada 349, Boston Tower, wind 1506, runway 4 right, cleared line number 2, following a Diamond Star on a 2-mile final.
Roger, clear to land number 2, Air Canada 349.
Alright, we're just waiting for that takeoff clearance. Waiting for the green light.
American 4811, wind 1506, runway 9er, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 9er cleared for takeoff, American 4811.
American 4811, traffic's on a 2-mile final for the crossing runway.
Traffic on 2-mile final for the runway, American 4811.
November
Tower,
510, just make your next
out of
to
Milton
left
for it.
exit.
Next left, 510.
November 510, continue on Charlie, hold short runway 4 left.
J Charlie, hold for left, 510.
American 1228, runway 9er, line up and wait, traffic lands the crossing runway.
Runway 9er, line up and wait, American 1228.
Positive, ready to climb, gear up.
Tower JetBlue 654, took over Mill for 4 right.
JetBlue 654, Boston Tower, wind 1506, runway 4 right, clear to land number 2, following an A320 on short final.
4 right, clear line JetBlue 654.
November 510, contact ground point 9er, have a good night.
Ground point 9, thanks for the help, 510.
American 4811, contact departure, have a good night.
Contact departure, have a great night, American 4811.
American 1228, wind 1506,
Right,
runway
so
9er, clear for immediate departure, traffic's on a 3-mile final for the crossing
Departure
runway.
tonight is on 133.
We're rolling, runway 9er, clear for takeoff.
Point
American
0.
1228.
Tower Air Canada 100 on the ILS, or 4 right again with you.
Okay.
Number 381 Echo Sierra, turn left, heading 070, descend and maintain 2000, join the localizer.
070, descend and maintain 2000, join the localizer, number 381 Echo Sierra.
Boston departure, American 4811 is inbound claw at 4,000 feet.
American 4811, Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 14000.
Climb and maintain 14000, American 4811. Okay. Here we go, guys. Let's see if we can get some outside views of the aircraft.
Boston approach, good evening, American 1220 is 2000 for 5000.
American 1228, Boston departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 14000.
Up to 14000, American 1228.
Alright guys, so what you're seeing below you is beautiful Massachusetts, which will be disappearing behind us pretty soon as we're making
Sir
our
1
way
Echo Sierra,
to
3 miles from Milt, maintain 2000
Nova
until
Scotia.
established on the localizer, cleared ILS runway 4 right approach.
Maintain 2000 to establishing the localizer clear for the localizer runway 4 right approach to 1 Echo Sierra.
For anybody who lives in Massachusetts, we're gonna pass right over Rockport, I think, and
Departure Southwest
Ennisquin.
1696, passing 2,200 for 4,000.
Southwest 1696, Boston, departure radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
Up to 14,000, 1696.
American 4811, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Contact Boston Center on 134.7. Have a great night, American 4811.
American 1228, contact Boston Center 134.7.
Over
Alright.
at Boston Center, you will see you later. Have a good one,
I'm gonna
American
talk to
1228.
Boston.
November 1 Echo Sierra, contact Boston Tower 128.8.
128.8 for train 1 Echo Sierra, thank you so much.
134.
Boston departure, hello, American 9902, 1800 climbing.
American 99, Boston departure radar contact, climb and maintain 14,000.
14,000, American 99.
Boston Center, good evening, American 1228 is 11,500 for 14,000.
American 1228 Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 220.
220, American 1228.
Boston Center, hello. This is American 4811. I am inbound La Besta at 14,000 feet.
Well, American 4811 Boston Center, welcome. Honestly, worst pronunciation of lobster I've ever heard. Climb and maintain flight level 390.
Yeah, I totally read that one wrong. Thank you. You climb flight level 340, American 4811.
Baron 1595 Whiskey Boston Center, radar contact, climb to 1,500. Proceed on course, VFR L2 your discretion.
On course, VFR up to my discretion. Very nice.
How did I not know that waypoint was pronounced lobster? It's just lobster with a Boston accent. Oh, that's amazing. That is fantastic. I think that's...
Boston Center, Southwest 1696, passing 10,000 for 14,000.
Southwest 1696 Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 380.
I maintain flight level 380, Southwest 1696.
November 6072 Alpha, cross flat, add and maintain 11,000, the Providence altimeter 3022.
Cross flat at or above 11,000, 3022 for 7 Juliet Alpha.
And November 7 Juliet Alpha, flat at and maintain 11,000.
Cross flat at and maintain 11,000, 7 Juliet Alpha.
November 55 Quebec, contact Boston approach 133.0.
33 enough, have a good night, 55 Quebec.
United 222 Boston approach is 133.0, have a great one. United 222, contact Boston approach 133.0, have a great one.
Boston approach 330, United 222.
Boston Center, American 37, 5,
American 107 cross straight at and maintain flight level 240.
Cross straight at 240.
Baron 905 Whiskey, Boston approach 133.0. Have a great one.
133.0, I'll give you for Baron 95.
Citation 49er Tango, same for you, Boston approach 133.0. Have a great flight.
33-0, Plan Tango, good night.
Boston Center, hello, American 99, flight level 110, climb bin 14,000.
American 99 Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 380.
380, American 99.
And Boston Center, Walker 1400 has off on.
Walker 1400, I realized I kind of put you to the south of the final, but you're clear to visual approach runway 5.
Clear for visual runway 5, Walker 1400.
Center, Twilight 17, looking for lower.
Twilight 17, descend via the Ocean 5, arrival runway 4 right, Boston, altimeter 3023.
Heavy Ocean 5, 4 right, 23 on the meter, Twilight 17, thank you.
Boston Center, good evening. Delta 817, climbing about 5 miles away from Jester, and we are at 13,400.
Delta 817 Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Delta 340, Delta 817.
American 99 for now, maintain flight level 230.
230, American 99.
Walker 1400 Providence, wind 090 at 7, runway 5, clear to land.
5 clear to land, Walker 1400.
Hello, Boston Center. Iberian 6253 Heavy at flight level 400.
Iberia 6253 Boston Center, welcome. Southwest 1696, clear direct Basie.
Direct Basie, Southwest 1696.
Good evening, Boston Center. Starship November 8283 Sierra with you, Level 370, 24 miles southwest of the Syracuse VR.
November 8283 Sierra, Boston Center, welcome. Walker 1400, welcome to Providence, taxi to parking via Bravo, November, Tango Cross, runway 34 on November.
Alright, Bravo, November, crossing runway 34, Walker 1400.
JetBlue 1487, leaving my airspace, New York Center is closed, no further ATCs available, frequency change to advisors approved.
JetBlue 1487, over to advisor to have good night.
American 99, climb and maintain flight level 380.
380, American 99.
Boston Center, I'll be in 6253. Can I amend my flight plan? I don't know if it's any use. I'm going to be out of your airspace, but should we change it? Because I'm going to make my turn into the localizer.
I'd be here at 6253. Yeah, after you fly the Part 3, honestly, it doesn't make a difference to me what you'll do. Or, sorry, the Part 4 now, I'm sorry. But I will just send you into the New York area on the Part 4 arrival, and then what you do after that, none of my real concern.
Alright, I'm here in 6253. I'll be thank you.
Boston Center, Delta 435 with you, climb is through 10,000.
Delta 435, Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 360.
360, Delta 435.
American 107 to center, maintain flight level 240, flighting 180 vector for sequence to Kennedy.
Maintain 240, flying heading 180 over.
Boston Center, Delta 5811, head up to 14,000.
Delta 5811 Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 340.
340, Delta 5811.
Boston Center, November 681 Tango Alpha with you at 5,000, 13 miles east of Coyle. Boston Center, November 681 Tango Alpha with you at 5,000, 15 miles east of Coyle. Can you hear me?
November 681 Tango Alpha, I can hear you. I honestly have no idea where Coyle is.
It's east of Philadelphia. I'm just coming in from your southwest little corner there.
Alright, 681 Tango Alpha Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 230. November 607 Juliet Alpha cross Gassy at and maintain 5,000.
Cross Gassy at, maintain 5,000 for 7 Juliet Alpha.
And November 681 Tango Alpha Boston Center, you are radar contact for now. Climb and maintain flight level 230. I'll have flight level 270 for you shortly.
Climb and maintain flight level 230, November 1 Tango Alpha.
Twilight 17, contact Boston approach 133.0.
330, Twilight 17, have a good night.
American 107, clear direct Sandy Point.
Say again for American 107.
American 107, clear direct Sandy Point.
Boston Center, hello, JetBlue 374, request IFR on the ground, Syracuse.
American 107, actually, let's do this. Direct Calverton VOR, Charlie, Charlie, Charlie.
Direct Calverton, sorry about that. I didn't have Sandy Point on my thing, so direct Calverton.
American 1228 to center, maintain 12,000, the Long Island altimeter 3019.
Down at 12,000, American 1228.
And American 107 cross the Calverton VOR Charlie, add and maintain 12,000 and 250 knots, Long Island altimeter 3019.
Cross Calverton at 12,000 at 250 knots, and the altimeter is 3019 for American 107.
Action November 1 Tango off for traffic, maintain 10,000.
Maintain 10,000, November 1 off for traffic.
Boston Center, United 2136, passing 11,000 for 14,000.
United 2136, Boston Center, welcome, climb and maintain flight level 340.
Level 340, United 2136.
November 607 Juliet Alpha, contact Boston approach 133.0.
Over to approach 133.0 for 7 Juliet Alpha, thanks.
American 4811, leaving my airspace, Moncton's closed, no further AC available, frequency change approved. And November 681 Tango Alpha, traffic is no longer a factor, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, November 1 Tango Alpha.
Boston Center, would you mind repeating the altimeter for Long Island?
Alright, so if you're watching, we're still about 60 miles away from where we're going to start our descent. I'm just kind of taking a look at where we are at right now and looking at the charts and making sure we get this right, because this is not an ILS approach. Since this is Halifax, we're going to be doing RNAV. And there's nothing wrong with RNAV. In fact, if you could argue it's simpler. But at the same time, if you're going to do an RNAV approach, make sure you check the chart. Always. Maybe check it twice, like Santa Claus, because you're going to need to. RNAV approaches are, they're full of surprises. Let's just put it that way. I was doing one in Jamaica the other day, and there was all these things that took me by surprise when I looked at the chart and looked at the way they go about things. And Halifax is no different. They got their own rules for how they do this. We're about 170 miles away from the airport, and if you want to know kind of an ETA here, looks like we're going to be arriving in Halifax in about 20, I'd say more like 30 minutes. We're probably going to land in Halifax in 30 minutes. Oh, Canada, eh? Alright, let's take a look outside and kind of see how this is going to go. We're going to be coming up on Nova Scotia is going to show up in front of us in just a few minutes. We'll get a nice view of Nova Scotia on our way into Halifax. Right now we're at about 39,000 feet, which in Airbus terms is what we call the ceiling. Or almost the ceiling. Doesn't get much higher than this for an A320. And you can see down there that Nova Scotia is coming right up. So we're going to say hello to Canada here in a second. And if I read my chart correctly, we should be starting our descent pretty soon here as well. Back to save fuel. Probably ought to start it just about now. See what that first altitude is once I get to odd costs. Okay, 3,000, so. So you can hear those engines kind of winding down because we've begun our descent. So they're getting a little bit quieter, a little less RPM, because we're coming right into Canada. Don't you know? I will say I have never personally been to Nova Scotia, but anybody on here who has? Anybody who's visited Nova Scotia? I hear it's beautiful, full of woods, lakes, rivers. Okay, let's take a kind of get a wider look at where we're at here. I will say this, Canada is huge. You know, for a place that has the population roughly of Poland, it's pretty incredible how much land is in this country. Alright, so since we're doing an RNAV approach, I'm going to do a little bit of studying up on what this is going to look like, what altitude I need to be at, and where. It also looks like I'm actually going to have to give this a bit of speed brake in order to get down to the altitude we need to get to quick enough. So in the meantime, I'm looking at this. Oldcast, let's see. Okay, so at the waypoint Oldcast, I keep wanting to say Woicast, but that's yogurt. Okay, about 3,000 feet. And then once we get to Lompma, man, I'm having a hard time saying waypoints today. Lompma, Oompa Loompa. Once we get to Lompma, then we're gonna be a little lower. We're like 1,800 feet. Okay. And we've got the RNAV 05 Zulu programmed into the MCDU, which is good because that's what we need. We're losing altitude at the right rate. And what that tells me is now I need to go into the performance page of the MCDU, put in some weather information for Halifax, Nova Scotia at the moment. Again, if you're watching, this is not real time. Because you wouldn't be able to see any scenery if it was real time because it's pitch black dark in Halifax right now. But the weather is real time. The weather is absolutely real time. So, altimeter 3015 QNH. Okay, 3015 inches of mercury. Temperature 12 degrees Celsius. No surprise there. That's actually not too bad. I would take that temperature where I live. Winds 320 at 6 knots. And let's take a look at our go around page because you never know. Alright, so if we were to do a go around because some schmuck was on the on the runway when we're supposed to be landing, we would need to climb to 3,000 as our first step, so we'll put that there. And also the airport elevation is roughly about 500 feet, so we're going to put 1,500 for this section here. And if you're a real life Airbus pilot, maybe you could tell me if I'm doing any of that wrong, and I would love to hear if I am, because I always love good advice on these things. But yeah, we're losing some altitude in a good way because we need to get down there. We're getting real close. We're within 100 miles of the airport at Halifax. Whether there's VATSIM coverage there or not right now, I do not know. It might be done for the night because they do an event, and I'm not sure if the event is still going, but there might be coverage when we get there. We'll see. Okay, and let me take a look at the waypoints. So if I go to flight plan, Edgar, Oldcast, Lopma, yeah, that's right. Runway 05. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome to Canada, everybody. We're officially over Canadian airspace, and we're getting pretty close to Halifax, Nova Scotia. I always forget whether Anne of Green Gables took place in Nova Scotia or whether it was in a different province. It was kind of like in the area. Not that I'm like a huge Anne of Green Gables fan, but I just seem to remember that Eastern Canada was involved. I forget whether it was Nova Scotia, Labrador, or one of the other places. Alright, so because Canada and the US are kind of on the same wavelength about this whole altimeter situation, I'm going to go ahead and go to the altimeter for Halifax here. You know, if you're flying over the US and Canada, usually standard altimeter, you'll switch to standard at 18,000 feet. If you're flying over Europe, all bets are off because each country seems to have its own standard for when to switch over and backward. So once again, America and Canada, we just like to go our own way sometimes. We want to have our own, I mean, goodness, we have our own system of measurement for altimeters for planes. We use inches of mercury instead of hectopascals because that is who we are. We don't need to use the same measurement as the rest of the world. No way. Forget about that. That's why we don't even bother about liters unless we're buying soda pop. Okay, as you can see, beautiful lakes up here in Nova Scotia are getting a lot closer. Got a little bit of speed break going on here because our cruise altitude was all the way up at 39,000 feet, so we had to lose altitude a little bit quicker in order to get down to where we need to be to land at Halifax. I'm going to take a look and see if there's any other air traffic in the area. There probably is. Halifax is surprisingly busy on the average weeknight because people just love flying in. It's a fun approach. So, okay. Not a lot of people down there, I will say. This is going to be great because you guys can judge my landing, tell me if it sucked or if it was great. Feel free to give me all kinds of advice and roast me if you wish. Hopefully this RNAV approach goes the way I'm hoping it will. If you're a pilot and you're wondering what approach I'm on the Peggy 5 with transition Tusky, which sounds pretty Canadian when you think about it. And that's kind of it. Basically, the idea is I'm coming straight in. Some approaches are wiggly and wiggle around, and there's a lot of switchbacks, but not this one. This is pretty direct, and I like that because it makes my job easier. Alright, so we're getting to about 10,000 feet above the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and turn on our landing lights. And I'm going to put our auto brake to medium for when we land, so that way the plane will help me brake. And yeah, also I might get rid of this speed brake a little bit because I don't know if we need it at the moment. It'll help us save some fuel to not use it, and I don't think we're going to need to descend at that quick of a rate anymore because thankfully we've gotten a lot closer. And because I'm on Unicom right now, since Halifax is a little quiet, I'm just going to let anyone listening know where I'm at and what my intentions are. Halifax traffic, hello, this is American 4811. I'm on the Peggy 5 arrival transition Tusky, and I am inbound Edgar at 9,000 feet, descending 3,000. Just let me know if I'm in anybody's way, and have a good night. So that way, you know, because one of the main things, if we're on Unicom, the number one thing we don't want to do is cut in line if there's a line of people trying to get into an airport, and because we're waiting on a controller to come online, it's just polite to say, hey, I'm heading towards this waypoint, and you know, just so people know, hey, you're here. Because the problem is when pilots don't check in at all, and especially if you're at a busy airport. So like let's just say you're doing VATSIM and you're flying into London, which is a real challenge. Very important if London is offline, very important to just check in with the other pilots and figure out what their intentions are, because I guarantee you there's a million guys trying to land at Heathrow. So, in case you're wondering, we're about 50 miles away from the airport at Halifax, and we're coming in at about 250 knots, so what that tells me is that we should be there in about 20 minutes. So now would be a good time to buckle your seat belts and not use the bathroom if you were actually on this plane, but because you're not, who cares if your seat belt's buckled? You probably don't even have a seat belt where you're sitting. That'd be kind of weird if you had that on your recliner. So yeah, and I'm going to take a look outside some of these windows here to just kind of see what the view is like coming in. I think what's pretty about Nova Scotia is just the beautiful forest. Got some beautiful golf courses up here too, so getting a chance to look out the window and see some of the rivers and the lakes of this part of Canada, just really nice. Definitely my kind of place, because I love any place where there's beautiful forest. Just the smell of it just wakes you up and makes you feel better. Not to mention the beautiful coastal views in this area. You got gorgeous forest right next to ocean. Sounds like a great place for them to do the next season of Alone. If you've never seen the show Alone, it's basically a survival show, and it's awesome, and it's like people trying to survive in the forest right next to the ocean. And for some reason, it takes place in Canada and Alaska a lot. So I'm just waiting for Alone, Nova Scotia. But I'm sure they would find a Tim Hortons somewhere to last on food, so they wouldn't need to go fish or anything. Well, as you can see, we're getting pretty close. It's just kind of a checklist of things that I got to take a look at as I'm coming into this airport. Number one thing on my list is make sure no one is right in front of me and I'm not going to slam into anybody else. Man, I love it over here. It's just gorgeous. All these islands and beautiful little communities. It's a fun place. Okay, so we're about 40 miles out from Halifax. And no speed brake needed because we are at the altitude we need to be at. We're inbound Edgar. And I'm going to double check and see if any tower or any VATSIM has come online here. I guess not. At least not yet. That's okay. Oh, Canada. I still think it's cool how this guy is dressed like Eli Manning over here as my co-pilot. This is a brand new addition, so for all you Phoenix guys, an actual co-pilot sitting next to you, this is brand new. And I notice he doesn't say anything. He just kind of just looks at you and just looks away. So I don't even know why he's here, frankly, because he's not doing anything. And with Phoenix, we're still working on getting those passengers back there too, because I don't know about you, but I use a combination of Phoenix and GSX, and those two softwares, only when they agree with each other will you see actual passengers getting into the back of your plane. Right now, I think they're trying to figure out how to agree with each other. So whenever they figure that out and we get a patch or an update pretty soon, I'm hoping that we can see all the random people get on board again with their Nintendo Switches and iPhones. Okay, about 40 miles out. Getting really close here. So on our chart, the idea is that we need to be at 3,000 at Olcas and 1,800 at Lopma. We're gonna turn the autopilot off around Olcas. And let's see. Okay, we're getting really close. I know I keep saying that, but we really are. So when we get really close to Outcast, I'm going to go into the MCDU and I'm going to tell the plane that I want us to get into approach mode. And what that's going to do is dramatically slow down the speed of the plane. For those of you who fly A320s, you know that your landing speed is about 140 knots, give or take, depending on the weather. So right now we're traveling at about 250. So as we get really, really close, I'm going to be slowing down the velocity, slowing down the speed of the airplane to try to make this whole process easier. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. So I'm going to take a look at my checklist here. Alright, make sure my landing lights are on. Yep. And because OCOS is coming up and only 20 miles away, I'm just going to go ahead and go into performance here and activate the approach phase. As we do this, the plane is going to dramatically decrease in speed, which is what we need to happen. Because again, we want this to be smooth. Want this to be like butter, so we got to decrease our speed a little bit. Okay, and now that we're below 220 and approaching 210, our green dot speed, then we can finally give this flaps 1. Alright. Hope you guys have had a fun time watching the flight. This idea of going from Boston to Nova Scotia, it's just kind of a cool thing that I haven't tried before. So I'm kind of excited to give this a go. I love these smaller airports that only do RNAV approaches because many times they have beautiful scenery. Like I did an RNAV approach into St. Lucia in the Caribbean the other day. If you want to watch it, you can check that out. And it was a real blast because the mountains and everything around it were just beautiful, just gorgeous. And Nova Scotia is no exception. It's very pretty. The landscape actually reminds me of certain places in Eastern Europe. Like if I was flying into Lithuania or Poland or even especially Scandinavia, like the landscape reminds me a lot of the area around Stockholm and Sweden. Lots of lakes, lots of water, and beautiful forest. In fact, one time when I was flying out of Sweden, or flying out of Stockholm, Arlanda Airport, there was a moose on the runway in the game, and I found out it was because Microsoft had collaborated with the makers of Planet Zoo to bring in realistic looking wildlife. So we actually had a moose on the runway in Stockholm, which was kind of funny. That's the first and only time I've actually seen that happen, which was awesome. Alright, I'm going to take a look at the airport here and see if I'm vacating left or right. Looks like it'll be left. Alright, so I'm going to just kind of move around some stuff here on my desk because I want this throttle close to me. Alright, so as you can see, because this is not an ILS approach, we've got the typical markers that you see for RNAV. So you do have some navigational aids here, and they look very similar to what you see on an ILS. So if anyone thinks, oh, I gotta do an ILS approach because otherwise I'm flying blind and I'm not seeing anything, well, that's not 100% true. You do have some navigational aids with RNAV. Now, are they as reliable? No, they're not. But they're close. Or, I mean, you know, I know close only counts with horseshoes and, you know, and stuff, but it's just good to at least have something. It's good to at least have some help with the approach, especially when you've got a lot of wind, because right now, I will say this, over here in Halifax, we've got quite a bit of wind. As you can see, the time is not live, but the weather is. And the weather is... we're going to be fighting some wind on this approach. No doubt. No doubt about it. Alright. So... I'm going to be relying on my charts to tell me how close we are, because again, we're not doing ILS, we're doing RNAV. I'm going to go ahead and lower the range of my radar here just to give me some more specifics about where I am and what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and turn on runway, turn off lights, taxi lights. Hope you guys are doing well. Just let me know how you're doing in the comments. Give me a shout out if you want to. You don't have to if you don't want to. But if you want to, you should, you know. Alright, well, fingers crossed. Lord, let this be smooth. Alright, we're coming up on the yogurt waypoint, Oikos. I keep accidentally calling it Oikos, and this is not Greek yogurt, this is a Canadian waypoint. So we're going to do something a little crazy at this point in time, and that is we're going to turn off the autopilot, because it's no fun if you just use the autopilot the whole time as you're coming in. Where's the fun in that? So we're going to be flying the rest of this manually all the way down. But at the same time, we're going to be following the navigational aids that are provided here. So I'm going to go ahead and lower the landing gear, give it a little more flaps. Okay. So, as you can see, we got about 31 knots of headwind here, and that's not surprising in Canada, especially in Nova Scotia. You're talking about massive winds that either push in from the coast or they push out towards the coast. So, I'm not at all surprised by the wind, and really the goal is just to navigate it and deal with it. Okay, and give this a little more flaps. Alright, flaps are full. We're a little high on the approach, to say the least. And I'm going to arm speed brakes here because I need to do that too. Halifax traffic, American 4811 is on the RNAV for runway 05, 6 nautical miles out. Goodness gracious, what a wind. That is wind right there. If you don't like dealing with wind when you land, then maybe avoid Canada. But if you like a challenge, come on down. Price is right. And make sure my landing gear is down. Yep, it is. It's kind of important. Okay. Want to make sure that I stay within the realm of reason here on this approach. Delta 1011 says hello. Hey, hello to you as well. It's good to hear from you, buddy. How is everything going with you, sir? Okay, we're gonna pull up a little bit. Pull up a little bit more. Again, we don't want to be too low. There's too many trees for that. We want to be reasonable, but we also want to be smart about it. Delta 1011, you got a landing rating, alright. Or a landing rating tool, man, I need one of those. If I had one, it probably would have graded that a little bit rough, but could have been rougher. Okay. Thank you, man. Thank you for the kind comment on the landing, brother. Okay. Just gonna come in here and pick a spot. And let's see here, what do we got? You know what? I'm just gonna take this right here. It's gonna line up here. I'm gonna get kind of an outside view. Hey, yeah, Delta 1011, you gotta tell me how that landing tool works out, because that would be really helpful for me to see the exact rate that I land at. That'd be really cool. I know a guy that I like to follow on YouTube. His name is Easy Jet Sim Pilot. I know he uses a landing rating tool for every single landing he does. Delta 1011 said, "I've done landing enough to really know how much skill is involved." Yeah. One of these days I'll actually get that skill. That'll be nice. That was definitely not my smoothest landing, but not my hardest either. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pull forward here a little bit. I'm gonna pull forward even just a little bit more, so that way maybe the jetway will connect. Fingers crossed. Okay. Well, guys, I hope you've had an amazing, I hope you've had a great night. I hope you've had a good time watching this. If you enjoy the content, please like and subscribe to the channel. And, you know, if you want to see more flights like this, I try to do a live stream twice a week. So I'll catch you in a few days, and we'll go to a new location. But I hope you guys have a great